Hello everyone, it's great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. We have finished up pie week, but I have some leftover pie dough. So I thought, what should I do with that? I can remember as a child, after my mom would bake pies with the scraps, I think she would put butter on top and some cinnamon and sugar, roll it up, and then bake it. And we would eat it right as it came out of the oven. So today I thought I would try something a little bit different. I'm going to make some pie crust cookies, but I'm going to use cookie cutters. We're going to drizzle a little bit of a confectioner sugar glaze on top, and I think we'll like it maybe just as good as what Mom used to do. So what you're going to need for this recipe is 1 pie dough or scraps of pie dough. You can have homemade or store-bought. Now remember, the pie dough, you want it to be good because that's what your cookies are going to be made from. So 1 egg, any size, 1 teaspoon water, 1/4 cup granulated sugar, 1½ teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and that's it. But if you're like me, I'm going to put a little glaze on top yet. So preheat your oven to 375 degrees and line a baking sheet with parchment paper. I already have that done. In a separate small dish, whisk together cinnamon and sugar. So we'll put our 1/4 cup of sugar and our 1/2 tablespoon, which is 1½ teaspoons. So 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon. And we'll whisk that together. Now get your egg ready. Just use the same whisk. We'll beat that up a little bit. I'm going to put a little flour on the counter, and I'm going to go ahead and roll out my pie dough to about 1/4 inch. Okay, so now I'm going to pick out a few small cookie cutters. Let's see, what do I want? It was just Valentine's Day. I'm going to make some hearts. And the leftover dough from this, you can roll it right back up and make some more. But I'm going to get the first batch started. Get your spatula and put them on the parchment paper. These are going to be like little baby cookies. That way you can eat more. Fool your brain into thinking you've had a lot when you really haven't. So while those are baking, then we'll prep up some more cookies. So we'll probably get about 2½ dozen, somewhere in there. So next get a pastry brush and make sure you cover the whole cookie, because we're going to put our cinnamon and sugar on, and that's going to stick to the egg wash. I'm just going to go back around one more time. Now go ahead and sprinkle the cinnamon and sugar mixture on. Now you probably won't use all of the cinnamon and sugar, but if you're like me, you're going to try. Depending on the size of your cookie and your oven, how thick your dough is, why don't you start checking them at about 9 minutes. You notice I'm going back around with cinnamon and sugar. Start checking them about 9 minutes, 9 to 11 minutes they might take. The bigger the cookie, it might take longer. The smaller, less. So I'm going to start checking mine at 8 minutes because they're very small cookies. Next, let's mix together our confectioner's sugar glaze, which will be 2 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1/4 cup of milk, and about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, I'm going to have some extra cinnamon and sugar to set aside because these cookies are pretty bland the way they come out of the oven. You can either dip your cookies in the sugar glaze or just drizzle it. For now, I'm going to drizzle it. Some I already dipped. Just have a piece of aluminum foil underneath. You can top it again with more cinnamon and sugar mixture, which I'm going to do. Or you can put sprinkles on. The kids might like that. But tell you what, you got to have a little sweetness here because pie dough doesn't have much flavor by itself. That's why we don't sit around and just eat pie dough. That's why we have to have it filled with something. All right, now time to sprinkle a little bit more. So we are triple sweetening these today. We got to give it some flavor. In essence, we're just making sugar cookies. We could also top them with regular frosting. I mean, anything with frosting on is good. So we'll let these set for a little bit till the sugar stiffens up, and then we'll try it and see what we think. Now that they've had a chance to set, I will try one with cinnamon and sugar topped. Very good. I like that. Now we'll try one with the sprinkles, and some of these I dipped the whole way through, so there's tasty goodness the whole way around. I would say, if I were you, I would dunk it down into the confectioner's sugar glaze, bring it up, let it drip. Those are the best ones. They're all good. So thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll see you real soon.